Hi, this is JJ Gat. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm starting a brand new series for this channel where I am going to be melding two different types of information sharing that I've done in the social audio app called Clubhouse, where I've curated a community of close to 11,000 members along in a club that I co-founded with my sister called the Rising YouTuber Club. And there we do channel audits, we discuss thumbnails and titling and cadence and all things YouTube. We also have hosted other YouTubers who've grown their channels from 0 to 50,000 to 100,000, helping us learn from those who've done amazing things on YouTube. And the good thing about that is we're hearing it from the horse's mouth. So in this series, I'm going to take a lecture, something that we've said about how to grow on YouTube, and I'm going to show you it by showing you an example of someone who's actually done it. So for today's inaugural video, we're doing Tayo Aina, who is a travel vlogger, YouTuber who started his journey as a YouTuber 4 years ago, just chronicling his life in Nigeria as a Nigerian. At some point, he visited Moscow. He chronicled some of that experience. He found that he got a lot of reach, a lot of interest, and that's because it was so unique perspective from an African in Russia. His journey as a YouTuber sort of parallels another really popular African YouTuber called Wifi Maya, who I hope to feature later on. Wifi Maya started about 8 years ago, chronicling his life as an African in China. He speaks fluent Chinese. He's since branched out. He's recently got over 1 million subscribers, and he just essentially shows the world the part of Africa that you don't see in mainstream media, you don't see in Western media. And Tayo does exactly the same thing. And the reason why we're sharing his journey through thumbnails is because you will see the evolution in his thumbnails. And even if you have 50,000 subscribers, you want to get to 100,000 subscribers, you're only going to get those extra 150,000 through your thumbnails, because you have to do something that's going to entice them to want to click. He has amazing titles. However, people don't necessarily see the titles when they're scrolling through. They see the thumbnails. The thumbnails essentially is the window to the soul. So through looking at Tayo Aina's thumbnail journey, we can learn a lot about how he's evolved as a YouTuber and creator, and how his thumbnails probably helped him get people into his amazing, well-crafted, wonderfully edited storytelling in his video content. All right, let's get started. So I came down a notch. So essentially, I'm going to put what I'm watching on my laptop over here as I go through it with you. I have my coffee with me. So, yum, yum. So let's get started. All right. So here's his channel. Let me see. His channel is Rediscover Africa. That's Tayo right there. And he has 381,000 subscribers. That's a lot. And the first thing I'm going to sort by oldest. Okay. So this allows us to see the journey. So as you can see, when he first started his channel, you can see that he essentially just had photos, like screenshots. There are a lot of people who start YouTube, they're unaware of the importance of the thumbnail for getting people to click. About 80% of people who watch your videos are going to be watching it on a mobile device, and most of the time that mobile device is a smartphone. So you have to capture people you only have so much space in the tiny little thumbnail to intrigue them. And so that is why it's important that your photo quality is top notched. Oh, there's a truck coming. I'm gonna have to pause this. So he just took screenshots of whatever happened in his video. He did screenshots. Now, something you would notice about these screenshots is that they were pretty low quality. They were dull. A lot of them were just grayed out. There was no really one focal point. If you went to, for example, an airplane, you can barely tell that's an airplane. I'm looking at this through a desktop, and what you're seeing here, and imagine if that was smaller. These images are really, really hard to see. Even when he had photos of himself, he doesn't have high color contrast. And around this time, he was getting some views. He got a video that got 23,000. He was traveling on a train from Abuja, from Kaduna. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing those words right. And so there was interest in that, and he travels. He went from 600 to up to 23,000 in views in his earliest videos from 4 years ago when he started. But something you're going to start noticing as the years went by, he invested more in his channel. He got a drone. You can see in this video about the best drone ever. And you can see the images and the color contrast in the thumbnails also started to improve. So along with him getting better camera equipment, the camera equipment reflected in the types of images he's able to screenshot for his thumbnails. He still was staying with that, and the views started to get more and started to get consistently higher as he started doing more high quality videos. His editing work started getting better. So when people did come, they watched longer. So I'm going to presume YouTube then shared his video out to more people. So that was around 4 years ago. Let's fast forward to about 3 years ago. You see now, 3 years into his journey, his videos, his thumbnails started to actually have one focal point. Look at this Aisha Beach thumbnail. It's just a photo of him inside of a boat. He's the focal point of that thumbnail. The one about Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge, it's him with a woman, of his girlfriend or his mother or sister or whatever, looking into the horizon at an image and far. And that is like really something that you would most likely click in more to see. And then the other thing too is, along with his thumbnail game getting better, he started to actually play around with more enticing titles. Like he had an accident, what's inside. When you create some sort of FOMO or create some sort of emotional reaction, or you can elicit people to think about what can be on the other side of that, that's when people are more curious, like what Russian food tastes like. You see a picture of him looking at a piece of food. That is intriguing, along with that title. So his title game got better. His quality of his stills, the still shots that he captured for his thumbnails got better as he became a better and better YouTuber. And each time he says how to make better YouTube videos with your phone, he's doing this with his phone, but he's also becoming a better creator. Let's fast forward now to 2 years ago. Let's keep moving. 2 years ago, you saw another evolution of his channel, where here 2 years ago you see again the contrast, color contrast of his thumbnails, having one image, and when he have himself, he's from his torso above versus a whole body image. And then also he's now starting to use words in his thumbnails at this point. His words, though, however, is just saying Abu Dhabi, Nigeria, luxury real estate. So they're not necessarily words that would get you to click unless you're interested in those topics. However, they did serve their purpose in getting intrigued, because that Abu Dhabi tour 2019 got 12,000 views. He's growing. And now let's fast forward to 1 year ago. Around 1 year ago, he did something amazing, which is most recently, is when he really started to use the sort of curiosity, $10 drink, right? I tried every seaside restaurant in Lagos, Nigeria. That's an intriguing title. But then that $10 drink, he's pointing to it. You want to know, what is that drink? And is that $10 and that's in Africa? What does that taste like? And now most recently, what he does is he's picked a standard font. And if you're going to brand yourself, it's great to have one consistent font that people associate with your videos. When it comes across their screen, even if they don't know what it is, they get familiar with it. So this font that he started to use here, where he takes 1 point color and one word of less than 5 words, and he makes it yellow, it has become a signature for his in recent years. He does have that white on black, but it's the same kind of font. So consistency in branding helps brand you as a creator. As he goes further down, you see that similar one color as one color along with white on black font, and then also just less than 5 words, and then something that creates some sort of intrigue. 300,000 island luxury home. What is that? Let me know about that. 800,000 people want to know what is like that. And you see the numbers of his videos. He was getting more popular. He's getting more subscribers. The YouTube was probably favoring him as well along this time. But also his thumbnails, for those who don't know him, start to tell a different picture and start to create some sort of intrigue. And the words that he used, the curiosity and the emotions he evoked in the words that he's chose to use, they were quite selective. And now let's come down to present day. Within the last year, you see he's continued with the theme of using the same similar sort of font. If he's talking about a country, because at this point he started going to different countries, he'll use the flag of the country. You see the Cape Town, the South African flag there. You see a Kenyan flag there in another video. Let's see what else we have here. And he went to Nigeria, and so whenever he talked about Nigeria, you can see the Nigeria flag there. And so as he continues in his journey, whenever he travels, he's been going to Tanzania recently, and so he put the Tanzania flag in there. He talked about the city he's going to, and then the best one I like is when he says, one of the more recent ones I really loved. It's a really high quality image. You see, when he was in Ghana, He had the Ghanaian flags. Every time he travels to a country, he uses their flags. Lagos is changing. Life in Seychelles. How he got rich. I quit YouTube to work a 9-to-5 job in Lagos. We know that wasn't true. What nobody sees. 23-year-old invent. What happens here? How did he get rich? And at this point, why I got denied is one of my favorite ones. He got denied entry into Abu Dhabi for being Nigerian. That title says a lot, but then also the thumbnails have a picture of him. He's holding up his passport. Why I get denied. That's the ultimate FOMO. So if you can create some sort of emotion, curiosity in the words that you choose to use, or the image and the emotion you capture using face, using imagery, you win at YouTube. And at this point, he has 320,000. Tayo as a creator has evolved in terms of his storytelling, his ability to put together editing, his quality of his video. He does drone footage. He interviews people. He does a wonderful job of being an ambassador to the continent of Africa, and he goes to other countries as well. But you can see that through the evolution of his thumbnails. And so for you, if you're a new creator, and I need to do this similar thing, change up. Don't feel fearful about going back and switching up the thumbnails. There's one thing that YouTube has said is that the only thing that would happen if you switch up your thumbnail or change your titles is you'll get more subscribers. You'll get more viewers. Human beings are the ones that are scrolling through YouTube. So it uses those elements. It has high contrast in the photos, high resolution photo imagery. So which means that if you do a screenshot, you should take that screenshot to another editing app and sort of dial up the saturation or the warmth. And if you're the type of person who doesn't use a lot of color, then use more contrast. Dial up the blacks and then tone down the whites, or dial up the whites so you have some sort of contrast, something that's going to get people to take a closer look and potentially click your video. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, I wanted you to check down below. This video is sponsored by jjgat.com, which is my website where I have lots of resources for you, including a free YouTube crash course, which essentially is just a summation, helps you sort of organize your YouTube journey, organize how you're supposed to think about YouTube. It's in the description box below. I also have a YouTube growth checklist. I have all sorts of different tools there for you, and if you'd like to become a customer or a client of mine, that's possible as well. You can apply to become a client. I don't take everyone. However, you can apply and you qualify, we can start working together. If not, I want to invite you to become a subscriber of this channel, and you do that by just join the J Squad, and you do that by just hitting the subscription button below and hit the notification bell so YouTube can let you know whenever I upload a video. And if you don't do that, your future self is going to kick yourself in the butt, because you're going to want to come back to this video and you're not going to remember my name, and you're going to be like, damn it, why didn't I subscribe? So that's why you need to subscribe right now. Anyway, I hope that's helpful for you. In the meantime, I want to invite you to watch this video or this series to continue the learning going about YouTube, and I'll see you on my very next video as part of this series or just another video. Take care. Bye-bye. Cue my outro music. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum.